Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Darling Hour, a little space for honest conversation about womanhood, motherhood, beauty, relationship, healing, ambition, and all of the things we sometimes don't know how to say out loud. I'm your host, Butterfly, and today we are having a conversation that I honestly didn't expect it to have as a first episode of this new chapter of the Darling Hour. Because the episode is about Hayden Panettiere. I hope I said it correctly. But she passed away on August 16th at just 36 years old. And before I say anything else, I want to say that my heart goes out to her daughter Kaya, her family, her friends, and everyone who loved her. Her death is still recent, and there's still unanswered questions surrounding what happened. So today, I am not here to speculate about her death. I'm here to talk about something that Hayden herself chose to speak openly about while she's alive: motherhood, postpartum depression, mental health, and the uncomfortable relationship between one woman's wellness and the businesses that profit for selling women the idea of self-care. Because earlier this year, Hayden talked about something that happened during her long relationship with Neutrogena. You probably know all these commercials back in 2000s. Like, I remember when I was like either 10 years old-ish. Every time I see her face on Neutrogena commercial, it's just like excitement. And she has been associated with this brand for about a decade. And in a 2015 television interview, Hayden openly discussing on experience on postpartum depression after the birth of her daughter Kaya. She said that she had not planned to talk about postpartum depression that day. It simply just came up, and she was very honest. She described postpartum depression as painful, scary, and something where women need support. Years later, in her memoir, in an interview with Jay Shetty, I'm sorry, I really had to. I probably say Shetty, whatever the last name was. Hayden said that after she spoke publicly about postpartum depression, Neutrogena wanted to end her contract. She said her representative pushed back at the time, and ultimately, according to Hayden, the relationship ended when her contract was not renewed. Neutrogena has not publicly confirmed Hayden's account, and I want to make the distinction because when we talk about someone's reputation, especially a company and a woman who's no longer here to speak for herself, accuracy really matters. But what Hayden's story raised is bigger than just one beauty brand. It raised a question that I think women have been asking for years. What happened when a woman stopped being convenient? Because think about it. Think about what beauty marketing tells women. Take care of your skin. Take care of your body. Take a moment of yourself. You deserve self-care. You deserve to feel beautiful. You deserve to feel confident. And I don't disagree with all of it. I actually believe women deserve all of these things. But here's what I struggle. And I have 3 kids. So I have a 9-year-old, I have a 3-year-old, and my son about to be 2. So I'm still going through depression, and I'm still on my medication. I'm going through therapy and going through group sessions, which is like, it's my part of my self-care. But what does self-care mean if we only care about the parts of a woman's life that are beautiful enough to sell? Like, you can't expect to have somebody, a ambassador, right, of your company and make profits, and the person cannot speak from like motherhood, marriage, mental health, or something like that, because it will feels like it's not part of the contract. You get what I'm saying? So what happened when she says, I'm depressed, I'm overwhelmed, I don't recognize myself anymore, I'm struggling after having a baby, I need help, I'm not okay? Does she still deserve self-care then? Does she deserve compassion? Does she still deserve a platform? And also, does she still deserve to be represented by a brand that's supposed to believe in woman confidence and wellness? Or do we only want women to talk about empowerment when the conversation is easy? And motherhood makes this even more complicated because we put mothers on this impossible pedestal. We told that motherhood is beautiful. We told it's natural. We told it's the greatest thing a woman can experience. And it can't be all these things. But motherhood can be very exhausted. It can be lonely and can be frightening and can completely change your identity. No matter if you do your hair or get your nails done, no matter you work out, no matter you trying to change something that it doesn't belong to you, it still remains the same. And sometimes a woman can love her child more than anything in this world and it still be struggling emotionally. These are two things that really exist at the same time. You can love your baby and still have postpartum depression. You can be grateful for your child and still need help. You can be a good mother and still not be okay. And I think something that we need to say much louder, because postpartum depression is not a fucking failure of motherhood. It's not a character flaw. It's not something a woman should be ashamed of. It should not be ashamed. Like, always. I don't care who it was. It could be your family could judge you. It could be your partner could be judging. It could be somebody who think that, you being too weak or you're making too much excuses. No. It shouldn't be something that make her less deserving of opportunities. And Hayden's story made me think that the difference between selling self-care and actually supporting women. Because, selling self-care is easy. No matter, it could be Neutrogena, clean and clear, proactive, any product that you see on the teen magazines and commercials and advertisement, and put a beautiful woman in an advertisement. Give her a skin product and tell her to take her 5 minutes of herself. Put up a beautiful lighting, makeup behind her. And certainly we create this image of wellness. But real self-care can be really messy. Real self-care can look like therapy. It can look like medication. It can look like asking someone to watch your baby because you need 2 hours alone. It can look like a minute that you're struggling. It can look like going to the doctor, going to the dentist because you feel like you're neglecting yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, and also spiritually. And can also look like I need help so many times. Because sometimes real self-care looks like nothing like these advertisements and the commercials. And that's why Hayden's story is important. Not because she was famous, not because she was an actress, but she was that it girl from Neutrogena commercial. She was that it girl from Bring It On, all to another y'all, all millennium people knows that movie. That white girl, cheerleader. We grew up with that. We know the girl from Ice Princess. We lost the first Ice Princess who died back in 2025 due to complication of diabetes. To the little girl from Bug's Life and Remember the Titans. But she was a woman who publicly talked about something that many women experience privately. She used her platform to say, this has happened to me. I struggle. I needed support. And I don't think women should have to be ashamed of saying that. Now, I want to be careful about something. I don't want us to turn Hayden's death into a lesson that assumes we know exactly what happened to her. We don't. I heard that she died of a cardiac arrest or apparent overdose. I don't know. But her official cause of death has not been determined. Maybe. But I don't think we should take somebody's passing and use it to create a story that the facts don't support. But I do think we can honor somebody by listening to what she told us while she's alive. Hayden has told us about postpartum depression. She told us about the addiction and mental health struggles. She told us about the pressure of being a woman in the public eye. And she told the story in her own words. So maybe of the ways we honor her is by making it safer for other women to tell theirs. And to every mother who listened to the Darling Hour right now, because it's the first episode, hear this. You don't have to pretend that you're okay, just because everybody expects you to be. You don't have to look perfect. You don't have to perform happiness. You don't have to turn your motherhood into an Instagram aesthetics or maybe in public, you know. You do not have to earn the right to rest. You do not have to be falling apart completely before you allowed to ask for help. Please hear that. You are allowed to need some type of support before you reach to your breaking point. And to the beauty and wellness industry, as me as an esthetician, if you're going to tell a woman that deserves self-care, then I think you also have to willing to acknowledge the whole woman, not just her skin, not just her body, not just her appearance, not just the version of her that photographs beautifully. If you were expecting to let somebody to promote your product and that's related to self-care, then why can't she discussing on things that related to let a person deserve a self-care? I mean, making much sense. Like, this is the whole woman, the woman who is tired, the woman who is grieving, the woman who just had a baby, and the woman who is struggling with depression, the woman who is rebuilding her life, the woman who doesn't have everything figured out, because she fucking deserves care too. I mean, she deserves fucking care. And maybe that's what I want the Darling Hour to be. Not a place that will pretend everything is beautiful all the time, but a place that we can talk about the beautiful things and the ugly things in life. The lipstick and the loneliness, the ambition, the anxiety, the motherhood, the identity crisis, the glow and the breakdown, and the woman everyone see. And the woman she is when there's nobody watching, because she has a mask to pretend that she's happy, she okay. But when she take off the mask, it's like depression, just angry, just all these mixed emotions that no one ever knows. Because, darling, you deserve to be cared for in both versions, and you deserve to be loved. So, as we remember Hayden Panettiere, I hope we remember more than the headlines. Remember the woman, remember the actress, remember the mother. Remember someone who is willing to talk about something so painful. And remember that being honest about your struggle does not make you weak. Sometimes telling the truth is the bravest thing a woman can do. So I hope you guys enjoy the first episode of the Darling Hour. I'm your host, Butterfly. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna keep it update where I have to, create a page so y'all can follow me, and we're gonna have such a good time. I mean, we're gonna have some good things, maybe some surprises that I will just working on. And, I will just be more consistent with each episode. I don't want to go to like an hour until I will just get it together. But until then, take care of yourself, and darling, do not wait until you're falling apart to believe that you deserve care. All right, I'm at word. Stay good and stay true to yourself.